my name is Dan Collins, and this is the Franchise Masters. So if it's somebody that could be qualified, it usually goes on to 45 minutes to an hour intro call. So I take them through my entire sales process, I take them through intro of the brand, then we go on to the development process, because again, I'm very interested in getting these things up and open. I don't care, I won't ever sell one more than I think is going to open. To me, I don't tie up territory like that. If I've had people come in and ask me, I want to buy the entire state of California. That's a rather robust deal. I would love to do that. However, all right, show me a business plan that supports that. Okay, well, you're going to have 20 construction crews working around the clock to execute that on a timeline that I would find acceptable. So if we could do that, show me the funds that you have the ability to pull that off, I'm happy to sign that deal. But that never happens, and it probably will never happen. So we go on that 45-minute phone call. After that, at the end of my call, I will disclose them with my franchise disclosure document. I will send them my request for consideration. I specifically don't call it an application because I don't take anyone that applies. You request to be a franchisee here. I make sure that it's going to be a good fit. So at the end of that, I ask them to do some homework on that FDD. It's 333 pages. It's going to be some reading. That's definitely going to stimulate some more questions, and I expect them to put together that list of questions for our next call. I also expect them to do their homework and start reaching out to franchisees and do their due diligence. I will never have someone show up for a discovery day that hasn't been stretched, that hasn't reached out and talked to at least a couple franchisees. I have people that want to come in and be the first one in their state. Well, they're going to have to travel across state lines to go get stretched before they come and visit me. Usually my process is very quick as well. So I'll have that call. A week later, I schedule my FDD follow-up call. So we go through that process. I answer every question I'm legally allowed to. Anything, and I tell them on the first call, I'm not allowed to answer questions of anything that's not inside of the FDD. That's the questions that our franchisees can answer for you because it's their business. They can tell you anything that they wish to about their business. So on that second call, I've already set their expectations that I'm not going to tell you how much profit you can make because it's not in there and it's going to be all across the board. So I go through, I clarify anything I can, and I always tell them, listen, if you want to use an attorney, I highly recommend that, but make sure it's a franchise attorney. They're going to understand I'm not going to change a word in this document other than I'm going to put your name, how many studios, what's the development timeline, and everyone's got the same development timeline. That speeds my development process up tremendously because they know, don't waste your time trying to get somebody to redline my FDD. It's not happening. My documents are my documents. We don't change a "the" to a "the." It's not happening. So that takes all that kind of potential negotiation on their side out of it and all the wiggle room. Makes it a very simple process. We go through, we answer all those questions. Typically, at the end of that second call, we both know if we want to move forward together. And I always say it that way to let them know that I'm not just trying to get them to buy something. I'm evaluating the process, and I'm evaluating you following the process to see if I think it's going to be a good fit. If I think they're going to be a good candidate, then we invite them to Discovery Day, and I try to do that within the next week. So this is also gauging their interest level and how serious they are. Because again, my department is very small. I don't have a lot of time to play around with looky-loos. I'll put them on some kind of auto-drip email campaign and stay in touch with them. But for those live phone calls, I only have so many hours in the day. So then we schedule Discovery Day. Discovery Day for me is not, hey, this might be cool. Let's see if this would be maybe a good fit. Discovery Day, you're validating everything I told you on the call. I've already shown you a video of a tour of our facility. I've already told you everything we have for supporting you and training. This is really, after we hang out and get to know each other a little better around the conference table, this is when people tell us, yeah, I'm ready to go, get the paperwork rolling. And that's exactly what I do. 100% of the people I want at Discovery Day sign up. And within 2 days, I have paperwork out to them. They sign a 7-day receipt. 7 days later, they sign their DocuSign, wire transfer their development fees.